In the heart of Uganda, nestled amidst the vibrant colors of East Africa, lived a young girl named Kwasi. With ebony skin that shimmered in the sunlight and eyes that sparkled with intelligence, Kwasi possessed a mind as sharp as the blade of a sword and a passion for chess that burned brightly within her soul. From a tender age, Kwasi showed an aptitude for the game that surpassed her peers. While other children played in the streets, Kwasi could be found hunched over a chessboard, her mind whirling with strategies and tactics as she plotted her next move. Her talent did not go unnoticed, and soon she was hailed as a prodigy in the world of chess. As Kwasi's skills grew, so too did her dreams. She longed to test her mettle on the world stage, to compete against the best and prove that talent knew no bounds, regardless of race or nationality. And so, when the opportunity arose to participate in the World Chess Student Competition, Kwasi seized it with both hands, her heart brimming with excitement and anticipation. The journey to the competition was not an easy one. Kwasi faced skepticism and doubt from those around her, who could not fathom how a young African girl could compete on the same level as her European counterparts. But Kwasi remained undeterred, fueled by a determination that burned like a flame within her chest. When the day of the competition arrived, Kwasi's nerves were tingling with anticipation. The air crackled with energy as she took her seat at the chessboard, her fingers poised to make her moves with precision and grace. Across from her sat opponents from around the globe, their faces a mix of curiosity and disbelief at the sight of a young African girl among their ranks. The games that followed were a testament to Kwasi's skill and tenacity. With each move, she outmaneuvered her opponents with a grace and finesse that belied her years. The chessboard became her battlefield, and she wielded her pieces like an army, marching them forward with unwavering confidence. As the competition drew to a close, Kwasi found herself standing on the precipice of victory. She had defeated opponent after opponent, her name rising to the top of the leaderboard like a phoenix ascending from the ashes. But as she awaited the final results, a sense of unease settled over her like a dark cloud on the horizon. When the winners were announced, Kwasi's heart sank like a stone. Despite her victories, despite her undeniable talent, she was denied the trophy that was rightfully hers. The organizers of the competition, swayed by prejudice and bias, had deemed her unworthy of the title, casting her aside like a pawn on the chessboard of life. For Kwasi, the injustice was a bitter pill to swallow. She had poured her heart and soul into the competition, only to be met with rejection and scorn. Tears pricked at the corners of her eyes as she watched the trophy being handed to another, her dreams slipping through her fingers like grains of sand. But just as all hope seemed lost, a miracle occurred. The European competitors, who had witnessed Kwasi's brilliance firsthand, rose to her defense, their voices ringing out like a chorus of angels in the hushed silence of the room. They refused to accept the injustice that had been done, demanding that Kwasi be given the recognition she deserved. In the face of such overwhelming support, the organizers had no choice but to relent. With a heavy heart and a sense of shame weighing upon them, they presented Kwasi with the trophy, acknowledging her as the true champion of the competition. And as Kwasi held the gleaming prize in her hands, a sense of vindication washed over her like a wave crashing against the shore. The story of Kwasi's triumph spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of young girls everywhere. She became a symbol of resilience and determination, a shining example of what could be achieved in the face of adversity. And as she returned home to Uganda, her head held high, and her heart full of pride, she knew that her journey was far from over. For Kwasi, the lessons learned on the chessboard were ones that would stay with her for a lifetime. She had faced prejudice and discrimination head-on and emerged victorious against all odds. But perhaps the greatest lesson of all was the power of unity and solidarity, the knowledge that when people came together in support of a common cause, anything was possible. And so, as Kwasi looked to the future with hope and optimism, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would face them with the same courage and determination that had carried her to victory on the chessboard. For she was Kwasi, the queen of the chessboard, and her story was only just beginning. Don't forget to engage with our community by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel for more enriching content.